Hello. My name is Oasis and I own a transaction coordination company called Aid. My YouTube channel is basically a hodgepodge of all the things that I've learned being a transaction coordinator in the real estate industry. TCs are a vital part of any transaction in real estate. And at Aid, we specifically specialize in real estate in California at this time. For all those newbies out there, your transaction coordinator does a ton of things. They review all the paperwork and all the disclosures to make sure it's complete. We want to make sure that if there is a situation that pops up and it's maybe regarding a certain disclosure or a certain form, that it is signed and executed completely. That means all the check boxes, all of the initials, all the signatures, your broker wants them to be complete because they don't want to ever be denied coverage for E&O insurance for negligence. And so when you have some of these documents that are incomplete, that is something that could happen potentially. Your TC is also there to respond quickly to emails for you, to help you maybe pull a document and get it and send it out for signature. We're there to make sure that addendums get everywhere that they need to go properly. We also remind everyone in the transaction of the timeline. So whatever purchase contract you're using has timelines in the purchase contract that should be followed. And we just remind everyone what those timelines are throughout the transaction. It can be easy to get caught up in negotiations or inspections or talking to your clients and kind of forget that maybe an inspection contingency is due today. So we do help everyone stay on track. Your TC is also a resource for escrow officers and lenders that are very good. So I think a lot of people, even experienced agents, sometimes forget this. If you need a referral, transaction coordinators have worked with tons of escrow officers, tons of lenders, and we don't just meet them and kind of get a feel for their personality, but we really get to see how they execute, how they perform when it matters. So if you're looking for new connections, ask your transaction coordinator. I'm sure they have a ton for you that they would actually prefer for you to work with because they know how well things go when they work with those people. One of the other major things that a transaction coordinator can do for you is to upload your documents to your broker system. So each broker generally has a different structure of the way that they want documents uploaded and sent to them so that they can save those documents for at least 3 years. That is legally required by every brokerage. So if you don't understand the system that you're using, your transaction coordinator probably has a lot of experience in that system, and they will be able to upload documents and get them to your broker the way that they want to make sure that you get paid on time. One of the big things with using a TC in general is that it saves you a ton of time. Not just the time that you spend working, sending documents for signature, or organizing it, or uploading it to those brokerage systems, but also the opportunity cost. If you have to package disclosures and send them for signature, and that takes you maybe an hour of your time, that may not have been an hour that you would have spent prospecting, but it definitely sucks up your time and energy. Everyone has a bandwidth for the amount of discipline that they can give to any given day or any given task. So when you're using up your bandwidth on things that you can delegate to someone else, you miss out on opportunities because you're not at your best the rest of the day. That is one of the biggest things I think about using a transaction coordinator that a lot of agents that do their own files don't understand. When you take the time, when I take my brain power to review every checkbox and every initial and every signature page on a document, even though I do like catching those mistakes and helping agents, it takes my energy. And that is energy that agents should be focused on, maybe getting better at talking to people. Maybe they could be listening to a podcast on how to communicate better or how to influence or negotiate. It's time that you could spend developing yourself when there's a transaction coordinator out there that has already developed systems to make sure that your paperwork and your file is done effectively. So if you're new in the business, that was kind of my spiel about everything that a transaction coordinator does. But take the time to ask questions. take the time to do a little research. Don't just start in this business thinking you're gonna just figure it out on your own. Get a little help. Hey, if you want a little help on your first 4 transactions and then you maybe want to try flying it alone, I would suggest that you have a transaction coordinator help you the first couple times first. Just don't do the first couple on your own. That's all I have to say. Again, my name is Oasis, and I hope that you see one of our ATCs on the other side of your transaction soon. All right, bye.